On page 60, you'll see a display of all the different tools necessary for interactive writing. Let me review these for you. Over here on the top, you'll notice there's a chart with as fast as a snap words. These are words that your kids need to learn, they're high frequency words, as fast as a snap. So I have, as I've introduced these different words in class, I write them up on our as fast as snap chart. And then when we're in the interactive writing process, as a child needs to write a high frequency word, they find it on the chart, then they'll write it on the board. You'll also see an alphabet. This is my alphabet that I've developed, and basically what it is the children are going to feel where they produce these sounds, and that's what the visuals are in each one of the alphabet boxes. Later in the book, I'll give you a detailed explanation of this alphabet. Also notice I have steps here, specific steps that we would follow to plan the story. And then I have these 4 boxes. These are the emergent writing boxes. These are the boxes, the steps I use when we're walking through our interactive writing lesson to actually show kids what they need to do in order to write a sentence. These are those direct instruction steps. They're visually displayed for the kids to see. And then I also have the little chart there to show you when you finish writing for you to choose a child as a publisher and also as an illustrator for that particular page in the big book. So these charts would be displayed up on the wall. You would have a whiteboard and you would have different students come up to write words in the sentence that you're going to be writing that day. So let me model what that would look like. So let's say our sentence was that beginning level sentence where we had our story opening and we had I am on a bike, or I am on the bike. So here we have our story. I am on a bike. I am on the bike. Let's get the word the in there. So we have I am on the bike. Say it again. I am on the bike. We've planned out our story, we orally rehearsed it, and now we're ready to write. I'll have a child come up and they'll write the word I. So we say to the kids, let's say our story sentence, I am on a bike. I pick a child's name, they come up to the board, we're going to assume that this is the whiteboard that they go to write up on, and now they're going to write the word I. What do they need to do? They need to go over to the as fast as a snap tool, and they need to find the word I. They find it, then they come over and they write it down. I. Now we're finished with that particular word in our sentence. That child sits down. What do? I'm going to now point to this chart in front of the children. And I'm going to say, boys and girls, I'm going to put a star underneath that first word because that's the beginning of the sentence. What is it? The beginning of the sentence. That's where we start our sentence. So I'm going to put a star where we start our sentence. Let's go back to the beginning of the sentence. So now I'm giving the direct instruction steps, what a child needs to learn in order to write a complete sentence. Go back to the beginning of the sentence. Put your pencil on the star. Look up at the boxes and we're going to say our sentence. So notice, go back to the beginning of the sentence, the start, put your pencil on it. Now the next prompt is say the sentence. So we're going to look at the picture boxes to say the sentence. Because after a child writes a word in a sentence, many times they forget the sentence. So we need to say it again. I am on the bike. We're going to hop. Notice I'm not having them use 2 fingers. They're going to hop to the next word. We go back to the beginning of the sentence. That's the start. Say your sentence. I am on the bike. Read the sentence and hop between words. Ready? I am. Oh, we need to write the word am. That's our last box here. We need to choose how do we write it. Is am a snap word or is it a slow-mo word where slow-mo man comes out and helps us say the word slowly and write down the sounds we hear. So let's go back and review again. We just wrote down the word I. I'll point to the word. All the kids are on the carpet. I'll say to the kids, we're going to go back to the beginning of the sentence. That's where the sentence starts. So I'll put my pencil on the star. I'm going to say the sentence. Let's all say the sentence together. I am on the bike. We'll hop. I am. Stop! Is the word am there? No, we need to write it down. Let's choose. Is that a snap word or is that word what we need to say slowly? Well, it's not a snap word yet because it's not up on our snap wall, so we need to say it slowly. I'm going to have Slow-Mo Man come out to help us say it slowly. And Slow-Mo Man is a fabulous way for you to bridge saying a word and segmenting it. This is where we're going to slow down how we say the word. Then we'll go into segmenting. Slow-Mo Man comes out, and what do? We get our arms ready. What's the word? Am. Let's Slow-Mo Man it. Go. Am. Just like that. So I pretend like I'm a Slow-Mo Man. When children hear Slow-Mo Man, they're able to say words slowly because that is just what their world is like. They'll do things like, look, Mom, watch me. They love to do Slow-Mo Man. They just naturally do that in their play. So when I added Slow-Mo Man to help them get to segmenting, it made more sense to them. Let's go back and review the steps, and now let's add Slow-Mo Man, and then I'll show you how we get to actually segmenting. Here we go. We wrote the word the. Let's go back to the beginning of the sentence where it starts. Put your pencil on the star. Say the word, say the sentence. I am on the bike. Ready? Now we're going to hop. I am. Am's not there. Now we need to choose. Is that a snap word or a Slow-Mo Man word? It's not a snap word, so we need to use Slow-Mo Man. Let's get our arms ready and do am. Ready? Go. Am. Just like that. We need to segment. So I'm going to get out my little hat, and I'm going to have, first of all, say to the kids, watch me. I'm going to need to write down this one first. First, I'm going to tap my fingers for each one. Slow-Mo Man at first. Go. Am. 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 Now, some kids, they won't make the connection. They won't hear as am. So what I do next is I go, let me add one more bridge before we segment. Let's do Slow-Mo Man. Ready? Go. Am. And these are the motions I'll use in my alphabet for the different letters. For A, I'm going to go A, and for M, I'm going to go Let's say the word am. Slow-Mo Man. Am. Let's say our sounds for the word. A, Touch our fingers. A, Now I'm going to take out my hat. We need to say the first one. Which one? The first one. Let's say it again. Slow-Mo Man. Am. A, A. Stop. A. Now we need to figure out what letter says A. So if my children don't know this yet, if I have a student up at the board and we just did Slow-Mo Man, we made the sound motions, now we identified we need to say A by touching our fingers, and they don't know their letter sounds, I go up to the board and I point to two letters and I go like this. Boys and girls, is that like apple? And then I choose a completely different sound, or S like snake. Which one makes the same sound as apple or S snake? Which one matches? Which one's the same? And boy, I'll tell you, that makes so much sense to the kids, and they'll point to the A. These are going to be color-coded. Color code the letters. I color-coded it so that the capitals were red and the lowercase were green. I just say to the kids, boys and girls, is that like apple or snake? Apple. Which one are we going to use? Always the green letters unless we know the rule. So which one are we going to use? The green. I don't say uppercase or lowercase yet. They just know they always write the green letter. They go over and they're going to write the A for am. So that child's up at the board. Now we have to figure out the So we go back and I go, okay, let's say the word again. Start with slow-mo man. Ready? Go. Let's make our sounds. Let's tap our finger. We did this one. I'm going to move and we need to find this letter. Ready? What's our sound? Let's go over to our whiteboard. What's our sound? Look at our chart. Is that like milk? Or is that like zebra? Which one makes the same sound as milk? That's the letter M. Say M. M. Which one are we going to use? The red or the green? The green letter. Now we're going to write it down. I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you a few things that usually happen when you do this. Let me erase the am. Let me go back, and when we realized that we needed to write when we did slow-mo man and segmented and isolated the A sound, and the child found the A on the alphabet, then they go to write it, and what do? Many times they'll write it right next to the word. So this is what the preceding word. So what I like to do is this. I like to stop the child. They're standing at the board and I have the whole class. I go, boys and girls, we have a high school student. Ooh, high school student, because I want them to feel proud of themselves. If they feel they've done something wrong and they're embarrassed, they're not going to learn here. So now we say, boys and girls, we have a high school student. Let's say, ooh, high school student. Ooh, high school student. And let's say the child's name is Pat. So I'll say, Pat, watch this. Pat is nice. Pat is nice. Pat, which way am I supposed to write this? And it really doesn't matter which one they point to because I have to go down and point to this one. So even if they point there, I'll erase it. If they point here, I'll still erase that. You know what? I'm going to erase this one. And let's go back to this, where it says Pat is nice. Here's your name, Pat. There's all the letters in your name. They're like a family. They're snuggled together. Now, they're snuggled together and they live in a house. Let's make your name come alive. So we all point to the house and we go, come alive. And then I have her name go, Pat. Hey, this is my name, Pat. What are you guys doing in my house? You don't belong here. Move over. Sorry, says Is. So now we have to erase them. And now we have is. Where can is be? Can is be in Pat's house or does is need to move over? Move over. That's right. So now here Pat is nice. Now we need to write nice. Where does nice go? Does he go in Is's house or does he need to move over? Move over. Watch this. What if he moves over here? Watch what is says. Hey, I said move over. You're my next door neighbor. Don't move down the block. Sorry. What if I do this and I write nice up here? Hey, we live on a street. You can't be floating in the air. You're like a house. Oh, sorry. What if students do this, where they write two words and they go to the next line? Then is says, hey, we have room for you to live on this block. Get back here. Sorry. So now we go back and nice is going to live right next door to is.